Well, welcome back to the Third Floor Pod. Today I'm joined by my two bros, Andre and Jack. We start by talking a little space. We end by talking a lot about fighting, and we know a lot. We're experienced fighters. Also, Templashi 6'9" and FPS Russia make an appearance. Enjoy the show.
Progress every day.
Then exactly. One step every day. And on that note, let's let me do a little. So, yesterday me and Jack had a good talk about kind of like what we're gonna do in the future, how we're gonna build, make the episodes progress and get better. And we came up with a couple weird things, but cool things, and we got to look into eels. And now we're bringing Dre along for the ride, and Dre, we're doing basically just a brainstorming, like I told you before.
Word.
So anything you think you want to talk about or whatever, you may not, it may pop into your head while we're talking now. Whatever, we're just thinking.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I thought about something today. I was watching a lot of stuff on the International Space Station, which is that's where the Crew Dragon just.
Oh,
launched.
that's where they went.
That's where they
went.
Okay. And so, like, I watched these tours that, like, astronauts up there give before, like, they leave. It's huge, dude. It's crazy.
How big is it?
The space station?
Yeah.
Isn't it, like, a bunch of tubes?
Yeah, so it was, like, one piece in the beginning, and they keep adding to it every time they go up.
Really?
Oh, each...
Yeah. Like, adding, like, solar rays, adding, like, different labs, because it's the laboratory.
Each flight up there is another, like, piece to there.
Is it?
Bring supplies.
That's so cool to, like, plan every piece you go up. You also got to plan for the next piece you want to attach to it.
20 years they've been going up and down, just bringing stuff, doing the main like reason for it is to do like all different types of science experiments, like microbiology, gravity experiments, anything.
Right, that you could only
do in space.
Perform in space.
And like the astronauts they're usually not like scientists, but they have good college degrees, but they're more like Navy pilots and stuff like
or
that.
Engineers,
Air Force pilots. So they conduct this experiments and send the data down to like the Earth where all the experts are, and they try to figure everything out. It's pretty cool.
Dude, what kind of things are they doing on there? You think, like, what are they?
He explained a couple. I don't know off the top of my head.
Do they have a satellite out there? I'm sure they have. Not like a telescope out there. You think like a high powered telescope? You think that's like taking pictures?
The Hubble is out in space. We get pictures sent back from the Hubble.
So that's so fucking crazy, bro. There's we're like controlling something that's just like, how about the one?
Yeah, it's super, and it takes pictures, and we don't get like those pictures even for months or years later.
It's like yeah, dude. And dude, apparently there's one that's like they just kind of sent. I think it's just going that way.
I think you're right.
No, yeah, that's what they do.
Is that Voyager? I think it's called Voyager.
The space station's not really
just a piece.
It's not really a telescope like that. Like, it's in low Earth orbit, so it's just doing those experiments. But they send like the first one was Sputnik back in like the '60s, and they just sent it out. Got pictures of like Neptune and shit.
Dude, Neptune.
The one they sent to.
Far as fuck.
I remember reading about like, and this was years ago, reading about the flight plan for the one they were sending to Jupiter, and it wouldn't even reach there for 5 years. Then it would spend 3 years just going in orbit around Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then it would, I think it was going to make an attempt to like go down to the surface or something like that, and then come back up, rotate another year or two around Jupiter, and then fly back home.
Yeah, I wonder how long it took to get the rover to like Mars and shit. Dude, it takes so long.
So long.
Our solar system's like so big, but there's so much more out there.
Yeah, that's what's so insane.
Yeah, we can't even conquer like the next planet, which would be Mars.
That's what Elon's trying to do, is get to Mars, but
and he's still thinking. Well, actually, he originally said some shit for like 2022. Obviously, all that's pushed back, and he said he's ambitious with like deadlines.
Dude, I think if that guy wants to do it,
But I've learned a lot just from him talking about Mars. Like, just simple things that I guess are you would know, but you don't think about. Just like Earth and Mars are revolving around the sun, revolving around the sun in two different patterns. So we can actually only go and come back from Mars every 2 years.
I like a certain
when we're
right, when we're closest.
when
to
we're
it.
in line.
That's crazy.
So like any type of mission, you have to and you have to plan to like I think shoot when Mars is coming. You know, coming and going are two different things, two different times. But he makes Mars sound possible when he talks about it.
Well, I know it's confirmed we're going back to the moon to do.
Really?
So the Artemis program, they're going to do it in 2024 as of right now. We're going back to the moon. I think
Let's go.
I think
Let's
it's going to be
freaking
like
go.
a lunar base. Apparently,
They're gonna build something there to.
I think so.
Dude, that's how.
But I know it's confirmed. Like
That's
they're
crazy.
definitely going back.
It's kind of crazy we never really built something there, you know.
Yeah.
But who has jurisdiction over the moon? Like, what's America's spot on the moon?
That's the thing that's cool about the ISS. It's all the space confederations working together.
Oh, they've agreed just
So
for the advancement.
there's 2 Russians up there and 3 Americans right now, and they work together.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's not like the space race anymore, like anything like that. Like everyone's working together now, because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And like,
That's what a lot of Elon Musk does. He just makes it cheaper. Like he engineers a way, or his team puts together a way
that's what's crazy.
to make spaceflight cheaper with reusable rockets and.
It was
I don't
2
know,
years
million
ago
other
that
things.
the big one, the Falcon Heavy, those 2 boosters landed simultaneously back on the ground.
Back on
like
it
10 minutes
in
later.
the same spot.
And they were
that
in
it-
space, yeah.
Unbelievable, dude.
So he's figuring stuff out. I didn't know it was like
We could
back in
definitely
2000.
keep up with Elon.
2000 he
Yeah.
started SpaceX. So he's been working on this like forever.
it's been that long.
Yeah. I didn't
You
even
know
that.
what's crazy? I just saw something the other day, like in a random video. Like another one of Elon's random just genius moments is he created PayPal
Yeah.
and sold it for $153 million or $250 million, something like that.
Mhm.
He
gotta
just
get
That
him.
was probably back in the
he
day.
just has like genius I mean, I think he created it around 2000. Like that's when he started
not
doing
back in the day,
everything.
but like,
But he sold it in 2009 or something like that for just a massive turnaround.
that's
yeah,
crazy.
we gotta get him up here
Yeah.
to talk. Really.
I have DM'd him.
Really?
We'll see. But he said logging off Twitter the other day, so the timing, I think,
Did he really?
was bad.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
he said taking a break.
I
Have
usually
you seen-
favorite all his shit.
Yeah. Have you seen like him like kind of freak out sometimes on Twitter?
Yeah, dude, he gets a little like...
I think that's because like he does so much and is working constantly, and sometimes just like the press gets like in his head and stuff. I don't know. Like,
I mean, he is a very unorthodox CEO because like my uncle told me something like interesting about investing in like Tesla or whatever. When you invest in Tesla, because SpaceX isn't publicly traded, Boring Company isn't publicly traded, a lot of these other things he owns aren't, you can't invest in Elon Musk any other way than Tesla.
Yeah.
That's why Tesla had that like huge boom, because it's a direct investment in Elon Musk and all of his like just wealth. Like
Makes
he's the type of guy where if you believe in him, you want to put money in his shit because he is a multi-faceted like CEO. Like he does so many random things that wouldn't really seem connected, but he makes it all like.
there was a launch tonight. They put up the first Starlink satellite, which is like, do you know?
Yeah. They're setting the network around the
They-
whole.
yeah.
That looks kind of crazy to me.
People
Did
are
you
kinda
see the?
concerned.
Yeah,
Because people are bugging about like 5G and shit. Like they don't want
dude,
a
that
network in space.
Yeah, did you see the videos of it? It's like the
It's insane.
lights intertwining And it looked like thousands of them
Yeah.
rotating around the Earth.
Astronomers are concerned because
Have you seen any of this?
What is it?
He's gonna send up these satellites. Are satellites?
Starlink? Yeah,
Starlink.
they're satellites.
But it's for Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi
and
networks.
so everything
so,
can
like-
just travel almost immediately.
That's cool.
Right?
So like places like that you would never get a network could have.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
That's
Because what he's gonna do is send these
That would be
things
useful,
in the
dude.
sky, but like thousands, and they're above the atmosphere and everything,
so
and
many.
they're just gonna orbit the Earth, and there's gonna be thousands of them in this weird pattern, and that's how they're just gonna be sending messages to each other and Wi-Fi and links and
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, those aren't the right words. Tech Dre, I'll tell you, but like they're just gonna make it so everything just moves simultaneously
That's
through
fucking
them.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. Like I like his mentality. So I mean,
One of the funny things I wrote here, actually, Dre, for yesterday bringing it up to Jack was, like, let's try and solve some problems. I saw this video how, like, to make money is not, it's not figuring out how much you can make per hour. It's just finding problems and finding solutions for those problems. And, like, the bigger the problem, the more it's worth, like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But, so I was like, let's solve problems. And my example was how the boring companies solving traffic. Like, that's what Elon did.
Yeah.
And I guess that's even what he did with PayPal for just online
well,
payment.
yeah, he's an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's I mean I study engineering right now, and that's what the basis of the science is to like create something that'll make life easier for the
Mhm.
modern man. So
Kind of engineering of you,
I'm studying building engineering right now.
building engine.
So, but with a mechanical option, so like stuff like that vent and shit. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dre, let me crack that up.
It's on red.
Mine's charging, so she's ready.
Would you
We just
say
work together, bro.
another
We just work together.
Good.
with the jewels
Mm.
and your red jewel, rojo? I said to him consoles, like gaming consoles. I feel like
Yeah.
we haven't, although graphics have gotten better, we haven't really gotten more connected on. There's still Xbox, PlayStation, different games for each of these.
Yeah.
I hate the disc thing. How you need to have storage for even your discs on Xbox at least. Like,
That's the thing about a PC, dude. I really want to build a PC.
really.
It's just 10 times better.
Yo, would you
In
would
all
you
ways.
really even say that the graphics are better? I feel like they're
Yes,
dude. Maybe
Put
from
2K20 next to 2K8.
well, no, that's different. I'm saying, but in the last like 7 years, dude, I don't think there's been
Yeah,
much.
you know what?
difference.
From 2012, I'd say from 2012 till now, like, there's been a jump in different parts of graphics.
Side
but
by
like,
side, I think you got. I mean, I disagree. Like side by side, if you look at them, they're so different.
but in
Like from Modern Warfare 2 to the new Modern Warfare, completely
yeah,
different.
that's very true. Because
Can you
every
remember?
little thing they add like a new bunch of layers every time they make a new
Yeah,
game.
it's pretty crazy.
So
Like video
over
games and-
over 4 or 5 games, that's like 100. It does make a huge difference. So side by side, yeah. But in terms of actually playing, I don't know, dude.
You don't really play often anymore, really.
Sick of most games. I mean, I'm not sick of them, but like, you hop on Call of Duty. Dude, actually, I did not like the newest Call of Duty. Not that I didn't like it in terms of gameplay, but I was just playing Shoot the Ship. Did you play
Yeah, yeah.
that?
I don't like that.
For
I don't
like
like that.
2 weeks because that's what everyone was playing, and I hated the game because I
like
was
the
just being
snipe.
shot up the whole
Yeah.
time.
I didn't play the new Call of Duty at all. I see you guys grind it sometimes though.
No, yeah, well,
Warzone.
I mean, I used to, yeah. I used to play Search a lot. Search and Destroy. It's like a classic one. Classic game mode.
S&D's nice.
Yeah, I love it. Just the rush.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you don't want to die. Like,
It's crazy.
So console gaming, I mean, PC gaming is the best.
I just think it is. Because, like, you can literally customize. I was looking into it. Like, a fully customizable computer. It's insane. Like, all this, like, the RAM you can put in it. Like, a liquid cooling system so it doesn't
Yeah,
even
they
make a
had
sound.
they had those at Micro Center
It's
when
insane.
I got my iPad. Like, you could install for $80 a liquid cooling system, and they had it right
Unreal.
there. It was really cool.
I just think that stuff's cool. Like, I'm interested in that stuff. But even if you don't want to play keyboard and mouse, like, you plug in your controller, and then you could do, like, you could write a paper out. It's like a computer. So you can do anything with a computer. Play games.
So you want to build the ultimate Andre computer,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
one that can mix discs, game, elite game, and
Like, yeah.
and then also architectural software.
That,
mm.
HD porn.
Yeah, 4K.
4K. No, yeah. I mean, honestly,
AR.
you can get that up to, like, 8K now.
Really?
With the new monitors. Oh, my God.
What do you guys think of AR? Or wait, no, VR.
I think it's another fad. Like, remember, like, 3D glasses with TVs? Like, I think it's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's.
VR,
It's-
it's cool. It's definitely cool.
You mean in, like, the sense
I've
of
never
gaming?
really.
Yeah, both, but gaming.
There's like
For
a lot
sure.
of applications for, like,
It's getting better. I've definitely seen some games. At least it looks more coordinated, but the games don't look that fun.
there's a lot more
necessarily for-
applications, though, than, like, other than gaming. Like, you
Yeah.
could, like, walk through a building that you're building.
Yeah.
So I think it's useful for that.
I wrote something in a paper once about how, like, I think I was writing it about VR. I actually was a paper about VR, and one of, like, the benefits, I remember writing was, like, for architectural, like, engineers
Like
and stuff
models,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, because they can 3D model something, and then, like, walk through it too.
Mhm.
Like, which I thought was pretty fucking
Yeah.
insane.
It's cool.
Yeah, dude, the 360 view is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
think
the
so.
fad wears off, like you said. But I remember just playing with that thing and getting just a couple apps that were compatible for it. And I got this one news app just to, like, try some shit. And I didn't even know what I was looking at, but it was like this artist in New York, and I was looking kind of at paintings in this room and shit, just, like, looking around the room, you know, while standing in my room, and it was really cool. And then all of a sudden, like, we were just in this plane flying over New York City. He was, like, talking or saying some shit, but I was just, like, looking down over, and
Yeah,
as
yeah.
I moved my head, you know what I mean, there
Yeah,
was a
you
new
actually-
field of vision. It was really amazing.
One thing
actually.
I will say, you really do get lost in it. Like, it
Mhm.
actually, like, feels fucking real. Because, yeah, when you're, like, you're so used to looking at, like, a screen or whatever, but, like, when you go like this, the screen doesn't fucking
Yeah,
move or
your
whatever,
arm
but,
has
like,
to follow
so,
you.
like, you're thinking, like, oh, okay, and then, like, you look to the right, and then, like, there's just more shit over there. You're like, wait, whoa. Like, that's what got me.
It's very cool.
It's dope.
Looking over, yeah, you can, like, be walking on a tightrope. Imagine that with the VR on, walking
Yeah.
a tightrope over, like, over,
That-
Over
that,
the
like,
Grand
buildings.
Canyon.
Yeah, over the
It
Grand
makes me think
Canyon.
about, like, Ready Player One and, like, Black Mirror and shit, though. Like, the downsides of it.
Yeah, and we even talked a little bit about Neuralink.
Yeah.
Do you think Neuralink's a little weird?
I wasn't really. I don't think I clearly got what it was exactly for. Is it for, like, diseases?
So that's its initial application.
Okay.
That's how it'll get into that. And he even said that's what he was saying on Joe Rogan. Like, to get it to prove concept is, it'll start in hospitals with, like, traumatic brain injury or something like that, and it'll be able to just, like, click and connect a synapse in the. I say synapse. I don't know what it is. But do a connection in your
Yeah.
brain, and then all of a sudden, you should be okay. Something for some, like, brain
In terms
injuries.
of that, that's insane. Like,
And
that'd
no,
be extremely fun.
he like listed things like, yeah, it would work for this, potentially this. Yes, I would think this. Of course, he's ever the optimist,
drawing
but
board,
yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Think about technology's crazy.
And then I don't really know beyond that, but I know, like, I remember hearing him talk about how humans are basically already cyborgs with our phones because we can just look up anything anytime, but our problem is that we can only do one thing at a time, where we have a very slow in and out, where a computer can download 100,000 files in 0.3 milliseconds.
Yeah.
And I think the Neuralink thing, end goal type shit, is to expand a human's bandwidth. And I don't know. Maybe make it symbiotic
insane,
with
dude.
artificial intelligence.
Are we like going right now?
Yeah, we've been going.
Let's go.
We've been going.
I didn't know. I thought we were just brainstorming stuff.
I mean, we haven't really, I haven't actually written anything down. But we're talking about Elon Musk a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's got the best fucking ideas of our generation.
He's got the world by the balls, dude.
Dude, all the other electric cars trying to come out are fucking 15 years behind this guy.
Yeah.
He's already built like an infrastructure across the country with Tesla superchargers and
He's
shit
got
like that.
a lineup of different
Like
cars too.
how can they even Porsche and shit like Ferrari trying to step in the electric game? How can they even compare when to charge it they're probably gonna need a Tesla fucking wire? And then he's gonna make his cars go underground to solve traffic.
I think that's so cool.
That's so
The
cool.
tunnels. Like,
dude, I looked up the other day what it looked like because I like really didn't know what they kind of looked like that they like started building or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not that big. It's just like a little like it's like one lane, but I just
It's like
imagine
just
like
enough.
you just like it would definitely do some shit though if there's more than one, like especially like they're all over the place and stuff.
What do you
It'd
mean?
be crazy. Like if there's like multiple tunnels that it's just like another roadway, but it's just like go under. Like if they're like all through the fucking shit. Like,
when I was thinking about it, that still doesn't make sense. Is when you're in the city, because his problem is LA traffic isn't like New York City traffic, and I've never been to LA, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But
apparently it's worse. Right?
no, it's worse. It's worse. But it's different in the sense I think they all come in from like highways around where like New York City is. You get in on the bridge and then life's hell.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
But they're fucked before they even get into the city. Like, there's this like big 6-lane highway. I think it's the same one you get. The same one you get off like for LAX and shit, and it's just always blocked up, like always.
That's crazy.
And anyway, what I still don't understand is like, so these elevators are just going to be on the side of the street for your Tesla, for your boring company Tesla.
They don't have to be that big.
No, they don't have to be that big, but where do you decide where an elevator goes? Is there an elevator on every street? And then where does the one elevator lead? I guess it can bring you to multiple tunnels, but then where do those tunnels go? To your town? To other parts of the city?
I think it'd be more just like an express route.
Dude, but then what about like you're taking an elevator, so like only one car can go in the elevator?
That's something.
Dude, then like what if they start getting backed up down there?
That's the kinks they have to edge out. Like, I think they'll figure it out, but
I'm sure he will.
Dude, I don't think it should be an elevator. It should just be like a road. It comes up into a road.
Well, it's on like skates so that it can go 120 miles per hour. Like, easily.
You're not driving in this tunnel?
No.
Oh, okay.
it's not on skates though. It's just like the Tesla autopilot.
There's literally like these things that kick out around the wheels though. Maybe not skates, but it's like
It like holds it?
Yeah, I think
probably
it,
so it's like
I
locked.
think it grabs the car so it locks it in the tunnel or something
Yeah.
like that, or on
Yeah,
some.
they would
There
have
is
to
some
do
type
that.
of rail, not even a rail, but like a road underneath so that it stays on, so it doesn't go up and around the circle. And
The way I
Wouldn't
envisioned
a
it,
Tesla just do that automatically?
well, dude, I don't know, but I saw the video. And these when it didn't you see you've seen videos,
Yeah.
right? You don't know what I'm talking about at all. I feel like the car would drop down into the thing and it would be flat on the bottom, but there was like clearly some type of like lines on
Oh,
where the
yeah,
track
yeah,
was,
yeah. I
and
know,
then
yeah,
these
yeah.
two skates dropped around the wheels. Not skate. When I say skate, I don't know. It just kind of came down from the wall like this,
Yeah, it looked like
Around-
bumpers.
like
bowling alley.
bumpers, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it stuck
thought-
with
I was
them
thinking
through the
something else
whole
when you said
ride. Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, that looks fucking dope.
dude, imagine you're just like like a fucking roller coaster, dude. Because that's how fast they pick up.
Yeah.
Too.
Dude, well,
And it's silent. It's crazy.
Yeah.
yo, I want a fucking Tesla so
Dude,
bad.
it'd be like getting on a roller coaster every time. You'd be like, yes, we're taking the tunnel.
Yeah, I'd want to take the tunnel every time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's a thrill ride for going to work in the morning.
Yeah.
And you're at work fucking 45 minutes early
Yeah.
because you didn't have to drive through the tunnel,
Yeah.
take the subway.
Dude, it's just crazy how that's like a passion project for him. Like he just he's thinks about like
Where
infrastructure.
the
space.
hell does he get the time to run all these companies? And how do you think his days are split up? Like,
I think I saw him like explain it. He said like 80% is Tesla.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So he's like always at the Tesla. But I guess at Tesla, he can kind of just also free roam his thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, when he's not.
Well, think about the people he hires too. His teams are probably crazy.
Yeah.
His teams are probably
got the-
crazy.
Next level people.
He should get us, dude. He needs
needs
us.
Throw some wild
Yeah,
ideas.
where
at
do I
him.
apply, Elon? I'm gonna email him.
He needs us.
Throw some wild fucking ideas at that guy.
Yeah.
Just see if maybe one of them he's like,
Yeah. Dude, I feel like he's
Okay,
probably
Jack.
so open to that.
wouldn't be a bad idea.
Get
Then be like, yeah, get on it, bro.
on it. Musk. But I wrote looking at eels because that's also a problem we could solve. So he,
Fucking sea snakes, dude.
dude,
Those
here's
things
the
are scary.
here's the problem. Do you want to tell them the problem with eels?
Like you can't. Apparently, they have no idea how they reproduce. It just happens.
They just show up.
What do you mean?
We don't. You know how we find out how birds are like fucking each other in the trees when they're singing, and like
Yeah.
lizards do a dance and then hop on top of each other. We don't know what eels do.
Maybe
It's like a mystery.
Like no,
No, like no.
is it, like it's not like asexual.
We saw a video.
Yeah,
One
no, I don't
video,
know anything about it.
and it was saying like it's a great mystery of the scientific community. Like
Yeah,
we don't
those
know
things are creepy.
how eels reproduce.
They killed that guy,
Yeah.
the crocodile guy.
No,
No,
a
Oh,
stingray.
it's a stingray.
those things are crazy too.
I pet those. Dude. Those are fun.
Dude, eel though.
Dude, fuck you. Yo, you stand with the
No,
Mary?
the stingray. Yeah.
Stingray? Fuck you.
If they don't,
They killed my guy Steve.
if you don't have beef, they're not gonna sting you.
You think Steve had beef?
He was one among them.
It's true.
You know how much he did for their community? You don't know what
A
you're
lot,
saying
no,
right
a lot
now.
actually.
Yeah, that guy was
You ever see his
crazy.
son on Twitter?
Yeah,
No.
dude, he loves
It's
it.
pretty cute. Like he looks just like a super young
He
version
goes
of
on
him.
Jimmy Fallon a lot.
Yeah.
And, like brings animals. It's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Like little anything, any type of animal actually. He brings like a
Yeah,
bunch.
I mean he's probably got. He's down. They're Australian, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That
Australia's
place
crazy.
is nuts.
Yeah,
Australia.
my roommate just came back from studying abroad there. Said it was insane.
Before all this shit.
Yeah. This
Kim's
spring
roommate
semester.
was studying abroad there too. Like, yeah, some of the pictures that she was showing me, insane.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
Dude, you know what I found out? That like Remember, like, the big thing about the fires in the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Like, that's like a regular occurrence, apparently.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Australians weren't even, they were like, why is everyone making a big deal?
Wait, Australians weren't even mad about these ones?
No, yeah, it was like the brush, like, inland.
I knew that it happens commonly. I didn't know it was every year, but
No, I don't think it's every year.
I remember hearing that because they don't occupy fucking 98% of the country.
Yeah.
They just live on that
It's the
little
coast,
ghost,
right?
like, and the rest of it is just barren, crazy animal land.
That part of the world is so wild, bro.
Really, realistically, humans probably shouldn't be on it, and that's probably why
Like,
they're
even
right on
Southeast
the.
Asia's nuts.
That's what I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, yo. Well, to me, one of the craziest countries to me, Indonesia, comprises of over 17,000 islands. Like that's so crazy, and some of them are like literally like probably not even as big as this room,
5
like
feet,
whatever.
Yeah.
But like apparently it's documented, like that's how many like different pieces of land there are, and it's if you look at it, bro, it's like I think it like starts up here, and like just kind of, and it's like
Yeah, it
that's
does
crazy.
a crescendoing
Yeah.
effect. And it is. I didn't know it was mostly islands.
Yeah.
It's
Bro,
very
I'd
like.
love to go there, though.
That's where I think Komodo dragons are
Yeah.
from.
Crazy animals. Are really
Crazy
cool.
animals, grave diggers. They'll dig up your dead. That's why they burn the bodies there.
Mm.
So they'll dig up your dead and they'll eat it. They don't give a fuck.
Dude, the Philippines look crazy.
Philippines are.
You remember our boy from the caddy yard?
Oh yeah.
He's Filipino, and he went there. Said it was nuts.
It's beautiful,
yeah, it's probably so
supposedly,
beautiful.
like super tropical. Thailand, all those South Asian countries
Dude,
are kind
traveling
of.
is just
Dude, tropical
exciting
places
to me.
are
I really wanted to travel. We had a big trip planned for this year.
Really?
Big backpacking trip. Did I ever tell you about
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I didn't hear.
Going, we were gonna go. I mean, we were still. Actually, we had planned it for a while, like saved up money for it.
Mhm.
But we didn't book anything because we were unsure. But we were pretty much set on going to Scandinavia, like seeing Norway,
Norway, yeah.
Sweden, maybe even Iceland. Like, originally maybe Netherlands, but then that might have got too expensive trying to do everything.
Mhm.
But we were gonna do all that, and now that's just like,
Yeah, Corona,
yeah, no shot. Even though
COVID.
it's just you don't want to be a tourist anywhere right now because they make you quarantine, and that kind of sucks. But maybe in 2021.
Hopefully, bro. It's been a
Dude,
fucking
Europe
nightmare.
is just the shit. I feel like anywhere. I want to go to everywhere in Europe, dude.
Dude, Barcelona was a fucking dream city, dude.
Dude, I've only went to one country. Like, I was in Hungary. Like,
Which is
probably don't even hear that much cool shit about Hungary, but dude, it was fucking sick. Like, and then I just start thinking about all the other places that you could go to, like London, France.
And you know, all you gotta do is hop on the Euro rail.
Yeah, dude.
Wait like
the ticket.
11 hours,
train
but you have a
ticket.
little bed and everything.
So cool.
Be cool to
I
just.
can't believe my dad lived there for like the beginning of his life.
My dad came here actually a year before I was born, or I guess 2 years before I was born, a year before I was conceived. Like, what was he doing over there for so long? You know?
Cool thing about my dad, he was like a merchant marine. So it was like the Navy, but he kind of like was an engineer on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So he would go into all the ports around the world.
Wow.
Which was cool.
When did your dad come to America?
I think he was like 19. So
Oh wow, he was pretty young.
must have been like the 70s. Right?
He's been in America that long.
30 years?
Well, it'd be 40 now, 40 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So not the, like late early 80s maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not really sure. I should probably ask him. But
Yeah, I gotta go take a piss real quick.
You're good. You're
bathroom.
good.
Oh
The kids with the foreign dads will talk.
What else we got on the notebook?
So in the notebook, so kind of interesting concept. Me and Jack started into was like how the 1920s. So think of the 1920s till 2000, like the Roaring I feel like that's. I feel like we're, and this is what we were saying. We're finally transferring into the 21st century or whatever. You know what I mean? Or the 20th century? What are we in? 20th? Would it be considered 21st, right? Yeah, 21st century. Like the first 20 years, like we were still kind of hung up on other shit. So like, what will change in the next 8? So 20s to 2000s, now 20s to 2100s.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like when we were talking about technology. Like, it advanced so much in like 30 years.
And the rate of advancement is
who knows what's gonna in a decade. What's gonna be out there? Like
2030, dude. I don't know, man.
I mean,
even just 10 years from now seems like insane. Where 2010, it didn't feel that way.
but a lot happened.
But a lot happened.
We kind of like grew like it was like our childhood.
Yeah, like they were like really just going while we were like kids and shit, and like even now, obviously still kind of, but like I feel like when we were like younger, like maybe like 7 and on is like when they were like really grinding, making like all
new
these advancements
technology
to see the products we have like today. Like obviously some took some time, and like so the shit that's out now is like I feel like a process of like a few years.
Right down to our nicotine consumption.
Yeah.
I mean, that came out. When did we? Well, I guess electric vaping might have been probably still early. When do you think we got our first like vape thing?
Well, I don't think it was like popular.
That
like
freshman year, sophomore,
which would still be like 2015,
sophomore
2014.
year was that. Sophomore year is when we started ripping those little things. Like I had one, and I think I gave you like that. Like
Yeah,
I gave
the
you that
stick
white one.
things.
Yeah.
But that was like real liquid.
And that was
like
yeah, that was like not like
2003 was the first electronic vape.
2003 was the first electronic vape. That's
Bro, middle school, I was hitting
right.
up,
Hookah pens.
Yeah, I was hitting up for hookah pens. I was
Yeah,
like, I gotta try this shit.
Dude, I remember a kid.
Dre, I remember we had one like at your house one time.
Yeah. Dude, I remember this one kid walking around with a bag that had like 20, 30 hookah pens in there, and he's just walking around school like $10 each.
Yeah, that was crazy. In middle school and everyone's
In middle
like,
school.
Yo, fuck. Dude, I was at like a middle school basketball game. And me and someone like went outside to rip the hookah pen, and we saw like one of those little cameras, like a outdoor camera. We were like, yo, what if they see us ripping the hookah pen?
Bro,
Yeah, they're gonna report.
I remember up at Jared's house when we would go skate by Jared's house a lot in like 8th grade, those hills, and I remember one time we had one, dude, and like if we saw like a car like way down the street, we'd be like, yo, hide.
Even with your jewel, bro, how much more have you
Oh
not
my
given
God.
a fuck
Dude, I don't
since
give
like?
a fuck at all.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Sometimes I find myself like standing in Panera waiting for my food, and I pull like my nicotine in my mouth, and I'm like, you gotta chill. Like you
Yeah.
can't really, you really
Yeah,
should.
you're like waiting for shit at Panera, and then you're like just like barely.
And I don't even know why, but I need a little rip in Panera.
Just the smell.
Yeah, the
dude,
smell of food does.
It does smell.
I like the fresh bread smell. I don't know. It's like I guess because I'm Italian, I just love bread. Honestly.
Does your mom make any fresh bread?
No, honestly, she bought some today. It was so good. I had a turkey and roast beef sandwich.
Nice.
It's a good
Big
turkey.
cold cut guy.
You a mayo guy?
Yeah, heavy
Yes.
mayo.
Let's go. Heavy mayo. Heavy mayo.
Giants is cringing over there. He's
Like heavy mayo.
yeah, dude.
Heavy
Makes it
mayo.
all
I
moist.
Here's the thing with
totally
mayo.
agree.
Here's the thing with mayo. Like, I personally like. I haven't really had it much, but wouldn't you rather put something on your sandwich that's gonna like really make it fucking good rather than just some like mayo? Like I'm talking about like another condiment. Like
No.
No. Sometimes I really just want to taste like my ham and cheese,
Yeah.
but like I can't just eat ham and cheese, so I need bread. But then like my bread is way too dry. So then I slap on some mayo and I have a delicious sandwich. Delicious ham and
Bro, if you
cheese
put
sandwich.
if you think about how mayo is practically tasteless in terms of the whole thing, and then if you put honey mustard on it, you have so much. That's such a strong taste compared to it.
Yeah, but honey mustard is so.
Yeah, it's one of my.
Yeah,
favorites,
but now you're eating a honey mustard sandwich. It's become a honey
To
mustard
me,
ham sandwich.
that's fine.
No, yeah, no.
But-
I would do that, but
But you can actually do heavy mayo every day for 10 years and you don't get...
Probably-
I feel like
yeah.
you can't do honey mustard every day. Mayo is just
mayo's mayo.
Kind of goes with it.
It goes with
I
it,
feel
dude,
that.
perfectly.
I feel that.
You go to Jersey Mike's, you say, "Let me get it Mike's way." It slaps some mayo.
You know what Mike likes?
What is Mike like?
Mayo, dude. Heavy mayo.
Not for me.
I love the oil and vinegar.
I just
on a
love
sandwich.
personally.
Oh, dude.
Something late, especially lately, in the past year, dude. I almost want everything I eat to be fucking flaming hot, spicy.
Spicy's good.
Dude,
I like hot sauce.
It's a disease I have. I need to put hot sauce on everything.
Dude, not just hot sauce, dude. I'll be my shit at Puzo's. I'll be throw fucking some real throw some jalapenos in there.
Yeah.
The other hot peppers, which are just I think they're I don't even know, dude. I'm just slap a fuck ton on whatever I'm eating, dude. Because then I'm just eating it, and it's so funny, too, because sometimes it's so fucking spicy, and you're but you're still shoving whatever you're eating in your mouth, dude. If it's a wrap or some shit, I'll have to get hot peppers on. I'm just
He's loved hot peppers since he went on vacation one time, had some hot peppers, and it got him buzzed. Since then, you've been
That's
just
when it all started. Because dude, sometimes it gets so spicy that I'm literally dude, I swear, you feel a vibration. I feel vibration
thing,
in my
yeah.
hands.
It is. It totally is.
Dude, and I'm literally I just feel kind of lightheaded for 5 minutes. But,
What is that? What is it releasing?
I looked into it once. It's pretty much something along the lines of this. I can't say this is completely true, but the capsaicin, I think, is the chemical in the hot peppers.
Mm-hmm.
reacts weird to your taste buds, and your taste buds think they're burning, they think they're in pain, but really it's just the spice of the pepper. It doesn't actually hurt. It's just your taste buds fired up.
Yeah.
And that sends signals to your brain pain, natural painkiller, something when you get hurt to soothe yourself. Yeah, so you get I think it's your brain just releases
Trying to
more
relieve
dopamine.
you,
Yeah,
Endorphins,
endorphins.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
Releases
does endorphins.
endorphins to take away the pain that your tongue thinks that you're
Yeah.
in.
Interesting.
So that
Yeah.
means
You get you're just kind of woo.
Peppers releasing.
What I don't get is you probably gotta have a good tolerance to it now though, right? I don't really have a good tolerance to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I love Cholula, dude.
Dude,
I love Cholula, but Cholula's pretty light in the
Yeah, that's
in
why.
the schema.
That's why,
Yeah.
I'm not that good with it.
But dude, at work, the one cook, Juan, makes this delicious side sauce, and because he'll make tacos or just chicken arroz, or chicken con pollo, or whatever, pollo arroz, and he will do this sauce that's avocado, jalapeno, cilantro, and I don't know what. He's a cook and a real Mexican guy. He actually grew up in Mexico. Came here when he was 15 or 16 or something, and he makes this sauce, dude, that is nothing else I've ever tasted.
No, I love sauce.
It's pretty hot. It can be a little hot, but it got to the point where I was just putting it on everything because it was so good. And he makes, once or twice a week he'll make a big old blender full of it, and that shit is so good.
There's a cook that worked at Puzo's. I was mad chill with, and I would he would ask me sometimes when he would make my food. He'd be like, "Oh, can I try this? Can I try something with it? Let me know if it's good." I'd be go ahead, whatever, because I knew he was pretty good. So sometimes he'd just make some crazy sauce and just put that on some pasta or some shit for me, stuff like that. And same shit, I'll just be wow, this is good, authentic fucking.
Yeah, he
shit
does
that he
some
just made.
authentic shit that I'm even though he made this with the stuff at the diner, this tastes more Mexican than I've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like,
because what's cool, like when I don't know, maybe you've noticed.
or do they make Mexican there for you?
No. Well, that's
They'll
that's
do,
what I was just gonna say. Is
Okay.
they'll cook like sometimes, not so much recently. They don't do this anymore, but like over the summer, bro. This guy, he doesn't work there anymore, but he would send me out. He'd be like, hey, like, he'd give me some money. He'd be like, if you get time, like go to the store, like just get me this, and this, whatever, and I'd come back, and then like when they make shit for themselves, like if they're gonna eat, they don't make something that's on the menu. They'll like just make some crazy shit for like, not usually for me. Sometimes they'll like, they've given, if like I asked to like have some, like usually I don't ask because like I'll order some other shit, but like they'll make like some crazy Mexican or whatever type of dishes, and it's definitely fucking good.
Dude, by far the best. Like, you know how sometimes I like to compare like Juicy Platters and other places like Mediterranean food. When I worked at Tasty's Pizza, you know, they're all the owners are I think
From Jordan.
Jordan, right? Jordanian. And they were Arab and the one guy Rafi who always worked, the manager there. They were doing Eid, and I was there till 9 o'clock at night, and Eid would end, or not Eid, Ramadan.
Yeah.
Eid is the ending of it. They were doing Ramadan, and sunset was at like 8:37 or whatever. So he would, during Ramadan, because there's multiple Muslim guys there, so they're all participating in it. So he would make this meal for them all to eat, and then like me and the other kids, just for the last 30 minutes of work, would kind of like take over for a couple minutes and let them eat, because he would make these like really great meals. And one time he like offered me to have one, and it was this upside down rice, dude.
I've seen videos of that.
It was so fucking good. Like, to this day, every time I have like a Juicy Platters or something like that, it rings in the back of my head. Like, I still remember what that shit tastes like. Because he made his own yogurt sauce there, like tzatziki, whatever mix, that we put on the stuff. He made the pita fresh in the ovens there, the pizza ovens.
I love
Dude,
I love pitas.
And the upside down rice, why it's called that is it's made in a big pot. Everything is prepared together in there. You know, the meat, I don't even know if they use it, whatever, but the rice and the vegetables and some sauces, and then it's served. You literally just flip over the whole pot, pull up, and then there's like this big delicious
mound
thing to like just dig into.
That's crazy.
Dude, it
How long
was
do they fast
so
for?
good.
The whole day, sunrise to sundown.
Oh, it's just the day.
It's a day, yeah, sunrise to sundown.
I thought it was longer.
For a month.
Oh, so
Every day for a month.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. Every day for a month. They can only eat when the sun's down. I saw it a lot with being good friends with a couple kids down the street, Billy and Abdullah and them. And it was really hard. Like, we had even tried a couple times, me and the other kids on the street who don't do it. I tried to like do it with them, and we'd like quit at like 5-6 o'clock just to get a fucking sip of water. Like, that's really tough.
That's the craziest thing to me, is that you can't even take a sip of water. Like, I was working with Amir, whatever. He works at Puzo's, and like it was going on. It was not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, he was a couple days. He was just like, "Fuck, dude." Like, I was like, "Yeah, dude, that fucking blows." But then, like, my boss was cool with him. Like, when it ended, he was allowed to get a bunch of shit. Like, he would like,
yeah,
so
whenever
he could, like,
yeah,
That's cool.
because usually, like, if you're gonna work the full day too, and he only works full days, I think 4 or 5 days a week, something like that. So like you're allowed to get lunch, like, and dinner, obviously. So like he's pretty much like making up for that, and then he would like he was getting like these big ass plates of pasta and shit.
dude, that is a pretty interesting thing to do.
Yeah. And
Like,
he'd
fast for a month,
Yeah.
like that.
And he said he was like, and every day he'd be like, "Dude, I'm going home," and he's like, I know my mom made a bunch of shit, so like I'm good at home too. I was like, He's like,
And they do plan, like elaborate dinners and
Yeah.
breakfast.
Well,
Maybe not every day,
what
but they have
what he says too, like
feasts during
he
this.
gets up
Which
in
is
the
dope.
middle of the night.
Yeah.
He gets up in the middle of the night to eat. Like he said, he was like, yeah, like I'll set another one for like 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. And just like go like grab something because like to hold me over for the next day. I'm like, I never even thought about
Bro, I
that.
drink like 2 gallons of water.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Dude, do you guys ever, I don't know, in your working out, if you ever looked at it, or like intermittent fasting?
Yeah,
or
I'd do it.
Any
I'd
other time?
still kind of do it. Not like I did it for a long time. I was going like hard with that for like 6 months, where I would like not eat for 14 hours. I would drink water and coffee and like tea, shit like that, but like not actually like anything like with calories.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the whole point.
I didn't eat, but
I was doing it for a couple weeks actually at work before I got injured.
then but while
Then everything went out the window.
while I would be
Yeah,
in the
good.
eating window, I guess you could call it, I would be dogging shit. But
Yeah.
it's still
You got it.
but nothing crazy though. Like I would just make sure I ate enough like in that time period, and like you're still good, because dude, once you get to a certain point where you haven't eaten and you take a shit, then like at a certain point your body like has nothing in it to run on, so then you're like that's why it's like
Dude,
so
one
good.
thing I was gonna say is I only did it about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something before, and after about a week or a couple days, my bowel movements became like great, like a one or two really big poops a day,
Yeah,
and then
good.
that was it.
Dude, I haven't
Like-
had a stomach ache since I started doing that.
Mhm.
Now I don't. I used to go 14 hours not eating, 10 hours like window. Now I try to do like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like so like really I focus more on like not eating anything like crazy like late at night.
Yeah, that's really bad.
But I'll
That's
still
the biggest
I'll
thing.
do
Right
10
before you go to
yeah.
bed.
So, but like I make sure I eat at 10 in the morning, and then I usually try to eat like at 10 like at night. So like it's like good like boundary. But
Hmm.
I did it kind of unintentionally. Like,
yeah, a lot of people do it unintentionally.
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
notice.
When I was at school, I just naturally
Yeah.
was.
Like
yeah.
my brother
That's why
doesn't even
I
try.
lost,
Like
like,
he
a
just
bunch of
doesn't
weight
eat
Mhm.
until
just
like
doing
2
that.
p.m. Like he just wakes up, has coffee, and he just like goes to work. He says he usually.
Dude,
doesn't
my
eat till
problem
late.
is that I definitely felt with this, and even some days I would have to kind of like break my thing, because I was doing 16 hours, which I think might have been just too much
That's
for me.
no. Apparently, that's the best.
That's what
That
you're.
is the best
yeah,
one
yeah.
to do. But like, dude, I like.
It's tough, and when I drink, what I was gonna say is I drink my coffee, and
love coffee.
I drink it black for 0 calories, and just coffee and water in my stomach, it starts to like burn me or melt.
Did
yeah,
you
it's
ever?
weird.
I
felt like you had to
puked.
puke? Yeah.
I puked like everywhere one morning at
Yeah.
like 11:30 because I had a coffee, I drank a water. I was still kind of starving, so I just went. I poured myself a tea,
yeah.
and a couple sips into my
the
tea,
tea.
I was
It's the
like,
tea, dude.
oh, I don't know
Same
how I'm
thing.
feeling. Then I drank a little more tea, and then that was it.
Dude,
I rushed
I-
to the bathroom and threw up.
I literally like the first it's kind of low. That pod leaked really bad. Dude, it was the first couple days at school, like in August, like whatever. I made tea in the morning. Literally was sitting on my couch, like I was getting up early for class, like first couple days, like you're like in a good mood, kind of. And I was like up early for class, and I'm like sitting on my couch, like watching TV in the morning, drinking tea, and literally 2 days in a row, I was like, I was drinking it, and just like halfway through, I was just like, fuck, like I ran up to the bathroom. But then the next day, I didn't think anything of it the first day, and then when it happened again the next day, I was like, all right, I looked it up, and I was just like, yeah, like the caffeine when it has nothing in your stomach to like.
I
like-
started eating like a piece of toast at like 10:30
Yeah.
or something just to absorb it.
Yeah, it's
Do you
like
drink coffee? No, right?
yeah, in the
You
morning,
do?
every morning. Yeah.
So
Apparently, something with coffee too like helps like while you're in the fasted state. Like apparently it
I
helps
just
you a
love
little
it,
bit.
dude.
Probably
I-
just makes you burn a little quicker,
Maybe,
like
yeah.
everything.
It just makes me so happy.
I think because it gives you something to like boost you, but there's nothing to like.
How do
break
you-
the
It's like,
fast.
dude, it's like taking a jewel. Like,
How do you take your coffee? Oh, dude, and nicotine and caffeine are
Oh my god.
probably
Dude, I
the
rip a-
greatest combo in the world.
Like my routine right now, which is a little more healthier than at school, is a Dunkin' Keurig cup with like a splash of 2%.
Splash of 2%.
Yeah, dude, I like milk.
I actually have gotten pretty into like different like I like almond milk creamers. I like some coconut creamers
I like
for
the
their
only
taste.
thing-
For their
like,
taste.
almond milk is the shit, dude.
Almond milk's not bad actually. Well, not just straight almond milk.
I would
like
never
straight...
no, I would never drink like that. But I'm just saying for like putting in stuff as an alternative to like regular milk, which I never really liked. But like, I would never have a glass of milk. I'll put it in some shit, obviously.
Yeah,
but, like,
that's
I
true.
never
You're
just
not
drink it straight.
every now and then I fiend for a big glass of 2% or fucking whole.
See, I don't get that. Like, my brother would drink, like, a huge glass of 2% with dinner. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Not with dinner, but like
My cousin
before
does that.
bed or something, or like
Nah, I never did
just a
that.
nice glass of
I
milk.
think my bones are pretty strong. Like, cause
That's what everyone always said. Like, oh,
that's
your
like
bones
why you drink milk.
strengthen your bones. I'll be
Calcium.
I think I'm
Good
there.
nails.
Yeah.
Is that nails? Nails and hair is
Biotin.
biotin.
Yo, I was actually using. My mom got this. So usually when I shampoo,
Yeah.
like while it's still on my hands, like I'll get the armpit hair.
Why not? Hit it.
So
there.
I shampooed and then I looked at the shampoo and it was like collagen and biotin. And I was like, doesn't biotin make your shit grow? And I was like, fuck, like, I'm not.
I mean,
Like, this was
yeah.
today. This was actually today. And like, I'm wondering if
How
this
you
shit's
feeling?
gonna like.
Was it biosec?
I haven't checked
coming
it yet.
out?
I haven't checked it yet. But I'm gonna see if it like boosts its growth down there. You never know.
What was it, the brand?
I don't remember. Some shit. It was like in a press bottle. Like you like put your hand there. Like
Uh-huh.
yeah. My mom always gets some crazy shit. Like
No, that's a good
she
thing.
tells me not to use her shampoo, not because like she gets pissed that I use it, but it's like for like color treated hair. It's like special shampoo, but it always smells so fucking good, dude. But I don't shampoo that much.
I almost never fucking
Yeah.
shampoo. Dude.
I thought
Maybe
there was
it's
something
insane.
That
No.
was something that I did, like, only.
I know,
shampoo
dude.
maybe once a week, like, not even.
I'll put like whatever, but I always wet my hair obviously, and I'll scrub it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Cause dude, when you shampoo it, and then it's all like
My shit
Like,
gets
dude, if
frizzy, dude.
And then it comes, I can't make it do the same
I
shit.
thought I was the only one who did that.
Oh, dude,
I never
you know what?
watched
Every now and then, and maybe this is insane, but every now and then, like, I'll just put
You
some
say it?
soap in it.
Oh, I was gonna say like
I'll just
I'll
put it,
condition-
not like soap jet. Well, I guess whatever's at hand that looks.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I've just put some soap in it instead of shampoo because like most shampoos I don't like. Like I don't like the way it makes my head
you
feel,
can't do
my
anything
hair.
to it. I get out. No, I
I
get
don't
out.
care. I don't
No,
care what you say.
I get out of the shower. Like my hair's straight and like
Well,
Wait,
still,
what?
I think it's a lot different.
First of all, I like my oils.
You can not shampoo your hair. It's good not to shampoo your hair. Your own oils, like. are
Yeah,
that's
good.
why-
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the
Shampoo,
way
clean all that out.
like my hair's kind of like curled in the back like a little bit. It's not curly, but like I kind of got it like going back a little bit. Like if I shampooed, it would just be straight down everywhere. Like
Yeah,
actually.
dude. I can't make it. I can't really make it come up and
Yeah, you can't
easily if it's all shampooed. It just keeps like
You can't do
Dude,
anything.
mine
dropping.
But,
mine
like,
just
then
gets really
sometimes-
frizzy. Even if I don't shampoo, like it still gets frizzy.
Sometimes I'll like touch my hair and I'm kind of like you ever like touch your hair and then like your hands feel like a little bit like oily.
Well, yeah, that's not like
Yeah,
that's
that's
every day. I
natural.
have really oily hair. I don't know.
It's cool. It's crazy.
I'm actually gonna put more in it. I was talking to Katie about this stuff like argan oil. You heard of that? I want to start using that.
What's argan oil do?
It's like just more oil in your hair.
Oh, just
It's
adds a little
moisturizing.
something you could do every day. Like
yeah, I
a
just want to
little-
try it. I don't know.
It would really be like a short Guido then.
Yeah, yeah.
Oiled up
For sure.
hair.
Italian. Fucking greasy, dude. Vic would call me Greasy Elvis or some shit like Dirty Elvis. Dirty Elvis or something.
Vikram, dude, I gotta get him up here.
Yeah, dude, he'd love it.
Oh, he'd love it.
Yeah, Vic would that would be fun.
Have you gotten puts up here yet?
Yeah, me and Puts had a great session actually.
Yeah, I would think he'd be really good at this. this
Yeah,
kind of
he
stuff.
was good. His voice was really good.
It's a great radio voice.
He had
Yeah.
a great like sit down and like, dude, I was just kind of chilling back here, like talking to him, and he was here, like telling his stories, and I was like, all right, but go ahead. bud."
That's
yeah,
dope.
he was into it. He wanted to get in last weekend. And then I hit him up to come in this week, and then he said no, but can we do this weekend? So I'll hopefully get back in.
I feel like
Saturday
he's always like surfing the web for some shit. He probably like he's always sending some shit in the group chat.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, look this up, or some link to some video, some shit. Like, he's got some shit.
But bro, he also brings, like, in our group, by far the most misinformation.
Yeah.
He will just say shit as if it's fact and like carry it to the grave. And he'll always find the weirdest links that I'm like, Chuddy, even if like even if one thing in here is true, it's discredited by this whole website. Like
The craziest thing he sent recently, it was like that explosion. I think it was in like China. Did you see that video? I gotta show you that video. It's like some chemical depot. It was like a port city.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's not that recent of a video. It's
No,
like
yeah,
kind
it
of
was a while
older.
ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, we fucking saw that a couple weeks ago. It knocked my like I was like,
Dude,
holy shit.
that, imagine being in your apartment and you're just like,
Oh, the shit that was just like literally.
Like yo, it was like,
that.
oh wow, like what? There's
And then,
fire
like,
over there.
four more
And it was like, boom, boom.
Dude, that was an insane fucking video.
That was so intense. That was
I was
so
like,
intense.
Yo, like it was literally just like.
dude, I don't know how that didn't break the glass on the buildings. I
Just
know
the
it did
sound
for, like
alone.
near it. I know it did. But,
Mhm.
like, where they were so close to it.
That was unbelievable, dude. That oh my God. Imagine how could they even have something that can blow up like that? Like people, because people look like they were living like right on top of this area. They were in some type of high-rise apartments, right, from
Yeah.
where that video was shot, and they weren't that far from this.
Yeah.
Like that seems insane. A place that can blow up like that.
Yeah, it was some human error, which is
That was crazy.
Dude, that's the
dude.
one
That was crazy.
That day when I was sending it in the group chat when I was working, like there was that fire like right by like Puzo's, kind of like across the tracks. I sent the video like the
the car, right?
Yeah, dude, that's what I thought was like happening. Like not that intense, but dude, like all of a sudden, like you see this smoke, and then dude, you're just like all you hear is like a boom, and you see shit go up, boom, shit go up. Apparently, like somehow a truck lit on fire and it lit propane tanks.
Oh
on it.
fuck!
Oh, that
So
sucks.
like,
So they were shooting up like fireworks. Like,
Yeah.
The worst
pretty
truck
much.
you could set on fire.
Dude, my uncle told me this story from when he was in Portugal, and he's like a fucking troublemaker. Like my dad's a straight arrow, you know the fucking deal with. But he told me this story like they had this like beat up old like pickup truck, and this guy, they had a bunch of propane tanks, whatever. They decided to like blow up a bunch of propane tanks and this truck. They took it's pretty hilly, the area and everything, mountainous, and they took it on top of like this one like mohill, and he said like to this day there's still like a crater there from where they blew it up. They ran, everyone was safe or
That's-
whatever.
Bro, we gotta
And he didn't get in any trouble because whatever, times were different in Portugal especially, but literally blew, not a crater in the sense like some massive thing, but there is a hole in the earth where that pickup
That's
truck
fucking
once was.
crazy.
I don't want to sound like a caveman, but like we gotta go to like a field one day and just try to blow some shit up.
that'd be cool.
It
Like,
feel good.
It was
feel
like,
good.
dude, I was
I
watching.
really want to shoot my fucking bow and arrow. I got this vicious
really?
bow and arrow.
Really?
Did I show
Set
you
up
it?
A target right there.
That'd be cool, dude. You I'll send you guys the link to this video. I found this guy, this guy on YouTube. He's from Russia, and like he just like does like these.
Russia.
Yes, Rush.
You know him?
The guy,
He's
the
been
gun
around for
guy.
so-
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's
He
been
was like
around
an
for-
OG YouTuber.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, that
He's
guy.
been this gun does fucking.
He's like, I will blow this up now. And then, dude, he's got this like rocket launcher over his shit. He's like, dude, and that's what he had. He had these like there was like 3 tanks, and he's shooting this like javelin looking thing, and it doesn't blow it up. And then he's like, let's try something bigger. And he goes, and then, dude, he's like got this like a sentry thing, like a big ass machine with just a long ass fucking like not like muzzle, I guess you call it. And he's like, let's see if this makes explosion. And he just, dude, like I didn't even know he was gonna fire it. Like you literally all you have to do this thing is like push it and push the handle down. It's just like, dude, he's like,
Starts going.
and then he goes, he's like explosion wasn't big enough. Let's try a different target. And then, dude, he's got this like, it's like a mannequin, kind of, and it's like literally 10, 15 feet in front of him, and he just fires a missile at that. It's not there anymore.
Dude, he was the best, and what actually happened, like, he totally wasn't supposed to have those guns, and he got like his house raided, and he spent like a year in prison.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he doesn't post videos anymore.
Dude, that video wasn't from that long ago. I don't think that I saw.
Yeah, no, it was recently. He went to jail.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And he's out now, but yeah, he's complete. That's all like a character though. Like he's not actually Russian.
No way. Is he
like,
from
I saw him on a
America?
podcast and, yeah, he's from wherever that is. It's like Georgia or something.
Oh shit!
Are you
dude.
serious?
Yeah, and he speaks like regular English.
No way.
That is so fucking funny, dude. I have seen this guy.
I didn't fucking know
Straight,
that at
he
all.
must have started on YouTube like 2012,
So long ago,
like
dude.
2010. So I remember seeing him way back in the day.
So
FPS Russia.
It's like, I will blow something up today. It's like, this is original AK-47 from Russia. I will fire at target now. 100 meters. He's just there like...
Dude, some of those guns can't be. That's probably why he got thrown in jail. Like they can't be.
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
legal,
absolutely.
Definitely shouldn't
Those
be
things are death
shooting
machines.
bombs at
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, just like...
Which
firing.
sucks. Like he should be able to do that in his backyard.
But so, I guess, like, dude, like, where in
Well,
some places, like, in
To a
Texas, I
certain
guess...
extent.
In Texas, you can, like, fire on your own property, like, set up targets and do shit like that.
Absolutely. Definitely not here.
Definitely
No
not here,
shot around
There's
here.
no room.
Dude, it's like 3 years till you can like conceal and carry here,
Yeah.
of like permits and everything. And I don't.
I'm not really a gun guy, but I'd like to shoot one.
That's
I
what
would like for the amount of people in this world that are familiar with guns. I don't really like being someone that isn't.
Yeah.
Like, if any shit ever comes,
I
like,
know
goes
what you mean,
down.
dude. My brother was actually just saying that today, dude. He's like, dude, like, kind of just want to get a pistol. Like,
It's not that I'm that into guns, but
They're
it's
not
not.
that expensive. They're like,
dude,
Yeah.
no, that's what he was saying. He was like, dude, I just bought a $500 bike. He's like, I could have gotten 2 pistols
yeah.
with that. I was like,
Dude, I saw them riding those bikes.
that's true. Yeah,
Which
dude.
is so
Yo,
funny.
I
his
could have
bike
bought
is-
a pistol once.
His bike is
He'll
crazy.
go unnamed, but you guys know who offered to fucking sell me one. Remember?
No,
Tell me after. I
Yeah, I'll
forget.
tell you guys after.
Wait. I remember, but now I,
I'll tell
but
you
now I
after.
don't. I remember that happening, but I can't remember who.
He was trying to sell me anything and everything at that point, but that was so funny. And I sat on that too. I was like, fuck.
maybe. Dude, some kid in my.
But this really isn't the state to like. Oh, you're right. Stop clicking the pen.
Some kid in my fraternity like pulled a gun on some kid. I was like, dude, why do you have a gun?
Weren't there guns at that the second Mike O'Keefe party that only you went to?
That was a crazy fucking night.
I mean, Mark on
There was a huge brawl that night that I witnessed.
Well, they also stole everything from his
I
house.
wasn't at
Yeah.
that. I wasn't at the second one.
I wasn't at the first one. I was only at the
Oh,
second.
really?
Yeah. There were like
That was like the first time I
so many people there.
got really fucked up. Like a lot of smoking and
Dude,
a lot of
that
drinking.
was the first time was nuts.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, some kid just got like Sparta kicked down the stairs.
Really?
In that barn.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually knew him since
Sparta
high school.
kicked.
Dude, it was nuts. Some kids are, when they're drunk, they get really violent. I don't know.
You guys see that guy who's gonna fight Sugar Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, I
That
was
guy's
just
crazy
looking at
looking.
him, man.
Sugar. Like
I know
Sean
Sugar
O'Malley.
Sean. I know. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
who I'm talking. I don't know who he's gonna fight. He's in the next.
Oh, dude, he's a fucking bomb, he's the
seen him.
fucking bomb.
I've seen him, but like I just like now I'm starting to really hear about him a lot and like
He's from Montana.
crazy.
Long
looking
time
dude.
come up. Why was he like not in the talks for a while?
I'm not sure. I just looked at him
There was
before I
some-
came here.
Dude,
Like,
he was.
like,
I
who's this
remember
guy?
actually hearing about him years
You're
ago.
great. That's your
and
pop.
then I totally forgot about him. And then when he kind of like popped back up with his last couple fights, but there was some reason he was Don't worry about it. But some reason he wasn't competing for a couple years or something.
Really,
like
I don't know.
And that's why.
Like I said, I
Well,
just
he's
really
like 25, yeah. So probably he took like a little break. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know anything about him, but he looks cool. He dyed his hair like 6'9", like Tim Plashy.
Yeah.
And
Tim Plashy?
When is that? I think that's
The
June.
guy's 6'9".
Is that this Saturday?
yeah, it's got to be some. The embedded series is coming out. So yeah.
Or wait, or no, I think there's like a fight night soon, and then but like the next like
There's a UFC soon.
250
Yeah.
like I think is like not
Because
that.
they don't do like embedded. You know those things on like the vlogs on YouTube. It's just like a pre-fight vlog where they'll show like the fighters talking and shit. And they don't do those, I don't think, for fight nights. So I think it's like UFC 2 something. Is it 250?
I think it's 250. Yeah,
I think
that
it's
one-
250.
I
It
just
was
heard
right.
Just heard 249 so much because they tried to plan it like however many
Right,
times.
right.
So I'm like pretty
I
sure.
think
it's
it
249.
is 250.
Bro, I wish McGregor would fight. He said he was gonna do like 3 fights.
No, yeah, I mean,
It was
he'll
supposed to
probably
be a lot-
coming
I-
back soon. Like he was in the.
I think there's
When
going to
did he
be
fight?
some really big fights announced. Actually, not
in
that
like
far
July,
out.
yeah.
When was that? February, I think he fought.
Was it that? I didn't know. Yeah.
Against Cerrone was February 18.
Was it?
February 18th. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was.
I think it's
That's a
February.
crazy fight.
Yeah, I made like $100 betting that night. That
Really?
shit was crazy. Yeah.
Right into his shoulder.
I bet like
See ya.
I was just doing like live bets. Like I was just like as the fights were starting, I was just like,
I like this guy.
fuck it, yeah. Like actually I didn't bet on the Connor one obviously because I didn't want to bet against him, and obviously if I did, I would have.
Yeah, it's not really a way to make money.
Yeah, and then it's like I'm not trying to throw like $50 to make
$100 to,
25
yeah.
if I win. Like I don't like those bets. But like I remember I won 3 bets that night total. Like also I think I had some free play too, so like that's why I was like throwing shit.
How does a free play work? Like, can you
Like I
throw-
referred my friend to Kyle and like
Your bookie has to give you a free play, so they're giving up $10, but
$10.
it's well, $5, $10,
it was-
$30 could be whatever
Yeah.
they give up. But you can't cash out that money. Like you can't get $10 worth of free play and then say no, just give me $10.
yeah.
Like you have to bet it. So
Yeah, it's like incentive.
yeah,
That's good.
exactly.
Yeah, but it's cool because then like you don't.
Good way to
win.
get
if
the
you don't win,
customers. Keep
it's
going.
like whatever. I wasn't gonna lose. I'm not. You didn't lose anything technically if you don't win. So it's like you can make some crazy bet. Like
Yeah, I don't really bet a lot on sports.
It
But
gets you hooked. Not a lot of sports to
wanna-
bet on right now.
no, obviously. But like, I'm excited for hockey to come back, dude. Because, I mean, obviously the Devils aren't in the playoffs, but there's gonna be 24 teams, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be cool.
That'd
NBA
be
is
cool.
doing like the same thing.
Yeah, NBA is doing a shorter thing. Soccer's back, right?
Yeah, like the Bundesliga, the German league.
German
Mhm.
league and
And,
isn't even Serie A not
Serie
that
A's
far
coming
off?
back June 19th, I want to say.
Wow. So like
Empty stadiums, everything.
okay.
The whole 9.
Cal, what time are we at?
Hour 20.
Not bad.
Definitely not bad.
Not at all.
Just going here. I haven't really thought of a lot of ideas, but I can also listen to this audio and hear the
Chop it
things
up.
that'll like not that, not chop it up. Like here's some things that would be good ideas that we just talked about like naturally.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude. Having fun with this thing.
Yeah, no, it is fun.
That's cool.
It's gonna take time. So just get a little better every day. You know, like
Yeah, I'm getting
now
that.
we have an ashtray. We didn't have an ashtray for 2
That's
weeks or
definitely an
something like
upgrade.
that. That was insane. We were just putting our ash in the garbage.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I feel like every time we record, there's gonna be something new. To talk
It's the
about.
plan. And once his shoulder's fixed, yo,
Oh yeah, how's that going?
every day.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice you were at this.
Today is like the first day I kind of went almost the whole day out of the sling. It's like I still can't get a lot going over my head, but at this point I need to be working on my.
Dude,
A sling is only going to make me weaker if I just keep it sitting in there,
Yeah.
and I need to work on my like range of motion and stuff. But it's gonna take its time.
That's
That's
seems
like
I
pretty
can't
good.
really
Like,
put pressure on
whatever
it.
you just did there, and
Yeah,
you couldn't do that
I
the
could,
other day.
No, yeah, I can go back and stuff, not so bad. coming across here is where I
What
start
about,
feeling some pain.
like on the side, lifting it up like that?
Lifting up's okay. It's anywhere overhead.
Okay, yeah,
overhead, I
yeah.
start feeling
That's such
some
like
issues.
a shitty injury, dude.
Yeah, shoulder.
that it
Shoulder
happens,
is tough, yeah. Well, I never even explained the shoulder injury, how it was in a game, and it was for like the last point.
Yeah.
And
for cash. Right?
For cash. For cold
Cash
hard
or
cash.
Venmo.
Or Venmo.
Or cash out.
And the ball, the die bounced out of my hand, and just the fighter spirit in me dove. First thing I think is like, oh fuck, I didn't make the grab, dive, but it was way out of reach, and so instead of trying to reach with this hand, I just ducked it under, thinking it would help my fall, but then boom, straight on it, and acromioclavicular separation.
Action sports, bro. That's
Is that
like
really
trying
the
to
full.
Acromioclavicular separation.
Dude, I had this weird thing going
Very
on.
commonly caused from sports injuries where you bang directly on the point of your shoulder.
Because you play football.
No. Well, because I fell directly on the point of my shoulder.
I had this weird thing going on in my back. It's called scapular dyskinesis. Pretty crazy
Whoa.
term. And pretty much like the right side of my upper back was hurting me, like kind of under the shoulder blade a little bit. And like I was doing weird stuff only when I was like working out or something. Like it would like hurt and kind of I'd be like short of breath almost. I'd be like had like trouble taking a deep breath. It was weird. And like,
Dude, I hate lung shit.
pretty much what it was all. So pretty much what it was doing is just like my muscles nothing was actually injured, but it's like they were kind of like moved out of place, like just because like just from like working out hard and then throwing the baseball fucking however many times a day during the season.
Probably just wasn't like symmetric with your
exactly.
Yeah.
So I could show you the picture. Pretty much when I would go like down like this, your back contracts kind of like this to go
Those
down.
blades.
And you see, I can show you the picture. You see how, and the video. You see how the left one moves in, and the right one is like so behind, and it like moves in slowly. It was weird. And I just had to do like a lot of like really light like band stuff, just like working on those movements, like
to pull it
like
in.
to kind of like
What, the trainer
to like even
told
out.
you that's what it was?
Yeah. They
So what? Wait, what? To pull it in?
yeah,
Like,
and
to
it's still
kind of
not,
get that.
yeah, to kind of like stable it back out. Another problem they said was like it's a posture thing too. If like I'm leaning a lot, so I wore like a thing for like 2 weeks that just like kept my back up like this kind of, and like I still try to like worry about that like
Dude,
the posture a little bit, but it's literally if the easiest thing to forget is to like if you're trying to work on your posture is to like fuck up like doing it like just sitting like
Dude,
this.
my
or
posture has just been deteriorating. Like basically when I started fasting as well, I was also doing yoga almost every day, just like 20 minutes, literally just some days longer, whatever.
Yoga with Adrian.
Dude, I was feeling great.
The yoga's crazy, bro.
I was feeling great, and my posture was just like standing around, sitting, everything was just naturally like my back and shoulders were starting to like come back here, and I feel it coming down because I can't do down dog. I can't do it. Shit.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But actually, I think I'm gonna be a fucking yoga freak at some point. Like I really like it.
How's your standing tree?
Standing tree? Is
that a
that
move?
I don't remember her saying that, but I also.
You did like a Zoom class?
So what we did was that app. It's just Down Dog. Yeah, it's called Down Dog. It's a great app. It was free for when the coronavirus thing happened. They said but it's only like $2 a month or something like that.
If you want to see watch like here, the left one. See how it's now the left one's in, but the right one is.
And your arms are even.
Yeah, my arms are completely even, and then it finally like in there. So it's just like weird. It's still not completely fixed.
If you want to, is that like a live picture?
That was a video.
Do you want to send me that? I'm gonna try and put a couple videos in this episode. I'm gonna try and do some shit with editing.
John, how long do you spend stretching?
Do an edit here.
I don't, not nearly enough. I'm airdropping it.
Dude, I didn't stretch a bit before tennis.
Yeah, you could just airdrop it.
Or
sweet.
Either my phone or the iPad.
Um,
Yeah, dude, stretching feels fucking great. And yoga is just an extension of that. And Oh my god, dude. It feels like I was never really a flexible person all through sports and stuff like that. I was never too bad, but I was never one of the people like touching my heels or anything.
Yeah.
And in just like a week or two of yoga, you wouldn't believe mid-session how your palms are just, your knees are basically straight, not fully straight, but like basically straight, and your palms are just straight, or mine were flat against the ground, and I'd never been there in my life.
Yeah,
and it happened in just like a week of doing it every day, and then you're warm and you're hanging your body, and then you're just down there, dude.
Probably feels so good.
It does. I miss it,
Dude,
actually. My back kind of like feels pretty tight.
I want to try jujitsu.
I want to get into jiu-jitsu as well.
Dude,
There's
I
a
want to.
couple good, like really, really good gyms. Like a Brazilian guy does it in Patterson.
Really?
In Patterson,
Who trained, you know, Jacare Souza.
Yes, I know. Jacare Souza is my uncle.
Yeah, he.
Dude,
He's not.
He like trained with.
He's the one who got.
He lost his last fight, I think.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
Dude, I want to, that's something I've been thinking about, too, a lot lately, is, like, I, like, know, like, a decent stuff about, like, I guess it'd be, like, just taekwondo or whatever, just, like, kickboxing kind of, yeah. And, but it's, like, one thing I noticed recently, just, like, fucking around on the bag, I'm trying to do kicks, and, like, I throw a pretty powerful kick, but, like, I'm not flexible enough to, like, do, like, a lot of the shit that, like, I knew I probably could do when I, like, when I was, like,
kicks, bro.
10, like, whatever, I was, like, probably like whatever, and just like I just remember being in karate, remembering doing like all this stuff. It probably wasn't that good, but like the other day I was like, fuck, like I can't do this one like kick that I remember, and it was literally just because I couldn't get my leg high enough. Like, and I was like, I gotta loosen that up.
Well,
and
jujitsu's a lot like locking and grappling
that shit's
and wrestling,
insane.
and that's
like
really
chess, they
intense.
say.
Yeah, like
The main idea of it is that someone small, like a lot smaller than the attacker, could win a fight.
could
which I think
dismiss.
is cool.
Yeah.
get a hold on them and just start choking
Submit.
them
Yeah.
out. Like,
Wait, and it's like a
Very
whole.
cool.
It probably when you did karate, it's like the same thing. It's like whole.
we did some
It's
grappling. We definitely did some grappling, and I still remember one move, dude. I remember one. Well, like, I know, like, whatever. There's like chokes, like the whatever that, and like I know like had an arm bar, but there's like one good like mounted move that I remember like to like break someone's arm. It's actually pretty sweet. I don't know if it's like a paintbrush,
Kimura?
pretty much.
We UFC that one time, but
Pretty much,
we
I'm like
I love it.
pretty
It's so fun.
pretty much like
Just-
I get something behind here, and I have your wrist too, and I'm pretty much pulling this and pushing your wrist down, and they're like on the ground like this, so it's like fucking like going all the way back too far. I guess
Yeah,
it like
my
snap.
middle
dude,
brother
dead
went
ass.
like
If
a-
you want to,
You want to roll?
well, no, not roll. Like I would think when the time comes. Obviously, no gyms are open right now and stuff, but I had looked into it previously at even like a boxing place, like.
Dude, the
But I
two-
got like
the
nervous.
two-
I got like nervous. Like it would be really nice to have someone to do it with, and I'm kind of like over going to the gym, like lifting weights, like whatever. I would kind of want to get into that. If you want to
The
do
two
that, looking
martial
into the
arts that I'm,
future,
like definitely interested in are boxing. I think boxing is the coolest thing.
boxing
And
is like the.
jiu-jitsu.
I don't know. I don't like boxing.
I think those are my two favorites too. Actually,
think it's so
boxing and
dope.
jujitsu.
I don't know, something about just like, because the whole time I'm watching, I guess you could say the same thing about jujitsu, but like, because like
Dude,
you can't.
boxing nowadays,
strike.
like the big league boxing, is a lot of bullshit.
I
Like,
just think it's more practical as a martial art. The most practical, like punching.
Well, like you mean like as a fair competition, or do you mean like on
As
the
like
street? Like if
yeah,
you're-
like as like a self-defense tactic. Like
I
in
would
terms
s-
of like
I wouldn't say that at all. If you're
dude,
only
a good
punching,
a good kick is pretty practical.
Yeah, but
You
like-
got a good fucking foot.
Yeah. I don't. Well, I understand what you mean. Like, if you know how to throw good punches, like you should.
It's a
be
good.
alright.
It's a great place
yeah,
to start.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but I'm talking like, I wouldn't want to, like, I don't know.
I guess I wouldn't
like
really
kung
want.
fu, dude.
I feel like after seeing the UFC, bro, Kung Fu is like apparently bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
After just seeing the UFC, bro, like I wouldn't want to do any real like martial art like that unless I was gonna be doing all of them, like it, like the UFC kind of is how there's like no
Yeah.
real restrictions, and it's like I don't know. It's
But
like
you got to
something
learn
weird.
the art too. It's like, like
It's so in depth to just
Yeah,
learn,
oh,
like
I-
master one.
No,
Yeah.
I know, it's
My-
crazy. That's
like
what
a
I
good
love about the
friend-
UFC too. Is like you have some like wrestling prodigy
Yeah.
coming up against a boxing prodigy, and it's
So
kind of
cool.
just you throw them in there, and it's like either the boxer's gonna knock him out first, or that wrestler's gonna get him up in some
That's
fucking.
UFC's awesome because then you have those guys who are just like transcend all those things, like the John Jones of the world, who then take a guy like DC and who's completely outweigh them, a world class wrestler, and he goes and he tries to like submit him.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
what's so cool.
that's what's so cool about UFC. How
That's it.
guys will challenge people at their own things to try and
That's what I love about the Khabib Connor, dude. Like that's like the big thing, because like Connor's trying to fucking
Strike
get
him
that
out,
haymaker, and
right.
Khabib's shooting for that leg. Like that's just
Always.
what's gonna happen.
I don't
dude,
really
that's why Ferguson Khabib would have been awesome, because like that move Khabib did to Ferguson to McGregor all fight, Ferguson would. It was amazing.
Soft,
Gagey
yeah.
beat him, but like Gagey fought standing up. Ferguson isn't necessarily that kind of guy. He can do kind of anything, but like you put him on his back,
Yeah.
you put him in that position. Khabib puts people in with the legs locked.
I don't think-
but
Ferguson's
did you-
gonna cut up his
did you
eyes. Like
listen
he's a
to-
weird back and
Did you
elbow
listen
fighter.
to Gaethje on Rogan though? He didn't start. He said he never threw a punch until he was like 18 or.
What was
19.
he, just a kicker?
He was a wrestler. Too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
like he's got a real wrestling
And
background.
he doesn't
too.
bring it to the
No,
ground
dude,
ever.
that's what his trainer was with him too, and like the trainer he has now has been with him literally like since like he first started or whatever. So he's like a crazy wrestler. I think like a All-American in high school or some shit. And apparently he played baseball too. That he was talking about he was a catcher, but then whatever he started going to this gym to do like MMA, and like that was the first time he said he threw punches actually like practiced it.
Interesting.
And then
Because he's just a slinger, and he just
and
throws
then,
punches.
Yeah, and then
like,
that's what I think that's what his trainer went on to say, is that like we saw him throw some fucking bombs, and we were just like, dude, like
he
you can
throws
do it.
bombs, dude.
And he eats.
Bro, and it's great, dude.
Yeah, he's a
so-
good fight. He's a real fighter,
The
man.
technique with it too, dude. Like his like hook, his jab like hook, just like this, bro. Is so just like
He's very
so
in there, and
hard.
it's all
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, it's very strong. That's what he's like. Nice, like meaty. Like he's not skinny like some of the guys are. Like he's got some,
Ferguson looks small next to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
like
stocky.
skinny almost. That's how I feel some of the guys look like. Dude, to be like someone when they're getting down to 155, like you can't be fucking super jacked up, or else you
That's the
won't
whole. That's why
make
like,
weight. That's why it's so
when
interesting.
McGregor would fight Aldo, like that's why he was so. He looked like a skeleton, dude. It's
Yeah.
not what he walks around like what 170.
Yeah.
Probably. Like now he has so. Now you see pictures of
Yeah,
him.
now
He has
he's
so
big.
much meat. Like it's insane how they cut weight like that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
can't
he
even
looks
imagine that.
he looked good for that Cerrone fight. Like a totally different man.
Yeah. And that's where all the power comes from. Those
Mm-hmm.
fucking strikes, dude.
Anyway, we ran this thing for a long time.
That was good.
That was
we
good.
Went, I think
We
that
went
was
going. We didn't really
backwards.
look a lot at this, but like I said, I think we got plenty here to work forward with and look at. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.
Anytime.
Got you, brother.
Good
Glad
friends.
to be here.
Thanks for listening.
Catch you next time.
Maybe we don't exactly know what we're talking about, but we're learning, and that's a beautiful thing. You can, if you're listening on Apple or iTunes, you can also find us on YouTube, Third Floor Pod, for a video version, or vice versa. You can find us on Apple. Thanks for listening.